Did you know that a Five Nights at Freddy's Roblox game recently leaked that has actual lore and Dead by Daylight connections? That's right. This game was leaked about a week ago. So it's called Five Nights at Freddy's Survival Horror.
So where did this game come from?
Well, this game just appeared completely out of blue. There was no announcement like, hey guys, new Five Nights at Freddy's game. There was no big build-up, teaser, trailers, nothing. So what do you do in the game?
Basically, if you've ever played Dead by Daylight, it was pretty much that in Roblox.
So, to quickly explain, it's like you play as a group of people. It's a multiplayer game, and you basically say you have 3 people. 2 people will be the survivors, and then the last person will be the bad guy.
Which, in this instance, is of course Freddy Fazbear.
And you go around turning on generators, and then once all of those are on, you can escape. And then there's obviously the bad guy who is trying to stop that by killing you and hooking you up to these spots where you can't do anything and then you die. And Dead by Daylight is popular because it does a lot of collaborations with different franchises, because it's kind of like a cookie cutter type of thing where you can just put any character in and it works. And obviously people really for a long time have really wanted Five Nights at Freddy's in this game. There was a big concept for Springtrap in this game. Would have been really, really cool to see, and I still really hope they do that, but for now this is the closest thing we've got. So it's literally exactly that. So you play as just a normal night guard, I think.
So basically you find these chests, and these chests gives you batteries, and then you can take the batteries over to the flashlight chargers from Security Breach, which is interesting that these are here because it's like a normal pizzeria, not the mega pizzaplex. But basically you put them in those, and then you can charge those up, and you need to charge 5 of them, I think, per map, and then you win. And then, obviously, as you could probably tell, you're being chased by an animatronic the whole time. So when the game was still up, because it's actually down now, you could play as Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy, but you had to unlock them. So obviously you had Freddy unlocked first. And Freddy chases you around the map, who is also controlled by a player. And basically, this is really goofy. Freddy has to hit you, physically just hit you. It looks really goofy. He has to hit you twice, and then you're knocked like in Fortnite. And then Freddy jump scares you. And then this part I really like. So in Dead by Daylight, your character gets hung on these hooks. It's kind of gruesome. But in this, they made it so that you get thrown into a Springlock suit, which is Spring Bonnie, which is really, really cool. And then you have about, I'm not sure how long it is, maybe 30 seconds or a minute to have someone else free you from it. So your friends need to free you. And if they don't, you actually get to play as Spring Bonnie and be one of Freddy's little goons who helps Freddy kill everyone else. It's really, really cool. And basically the goal is to not let anyone become Spring Bonnie, because when you all get captured and turn into Spring Bonnie, that's how you lose, and then Freddy wins. So basically, that's how you play the game. So it turns out this actually is officially licensed by Scott. People figured it out because of all the official art and then the trademarks and stuff. But then people were really confused because this game is filled to the brim with microtransactions, stolen artwork, and just really poorly made. And everyone thought it was fan made. But no, this is official. Scott licensed this. So basically, you have Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, and you slowly unlock them. But you can get skins for Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy. And that's where the actual money comes into it. So it's just microtransactions, which Roblox already has tons of. But this is a new low because it was super expensive. This is aimed at just little kids, and all you get are these skins, which weren't even original because they were actually the same ones from the mobile game Five Nights at Freddy's AR, which is really interesting. But just to get a taste of how poorly made this game was, this is Freddy's animation on the loading screen, I think. Why is he moving like that? That is not how an animatronic moves. How is his torso moving? It doesn't make sense. Do you know what I mean? How? An animatronic can't do that. And these AR skins just kind of sucked. The best one you could get for Freddy was Gold Freddy. Dude, this is not gold. This is piss, pee. This looks disgusting. And they're gonna call it Golden Freddy. That's just an insult to the character. And then like, yeah, throughout the game, it's just a really weird like mishmash of different sources. Like sometimes you'll see official artwork, which looks really nice. But then like this Freddy that I see all the time, this is Help Wanted Freddy. Like this is his Help Wanted model, not like a normal one, which is really weird. When they literally had a Freddy model on hand that they were using, like why didn't you guys just use that? Is it really weird? It has stolen fan art that we can see here. So it's like Freddy's pose. And it's just straight up stolen, which really sucks. And then we can see here there is literally a stolen, I think it's meant to be Fredbear. This design is just straight up stolen, like from this person here. Like they didn't even try, and it's like they had all this official FNAF stuff on hand clearly, but then they just went and made all this. Like it's terrible, it's so bad. And then like even in the gameplay, like I just want to show, this is how Freddy runs. Like he just looks so stupid. It's actually insane. Like how could you make a character who's supposed to be so scary run so stupidly? Like why is his hand down like that? And it's not even Freddy, it's Spring Bunny does the same thing too. They all would have run like this. And it just looks so stupid and goofy. And then like Freddy's jump scare, like his jaw doesn't move, his face is just completely blank. Like, even Freddy doesn't want to be in this terrible Roblox game. It's a joke. Anyways, as I mentioned before, this game has ties to Five Nights at Freddy's AR, which is really interesting because that game just kind of disappeared from existence. Like, you know, it was going strong, new skins, and then it just stopped out of nowhere. And, like, the developers have just never returned to this game, and it just kind of exists, but nothing happens to it. It's really, really weird. So in the game, when you're running around the map, there's these bits where it shows tons of animatronics, and it's like, oh, why are there 50 million Freddys, Bonnies, and all that? So it turns out that this is meant to be the factory where the skins are sent from in Five Nights at Freddy's AR. So if you don't know, in that game, you basically order animatronics to your house. So it looks like this is a warehouse where they're ordered from. And this game attempted to do some lore because it kind of insinuates the bad ones are here and the good ones are there. So the bad ones would be the faulty ones that are gonna, you know, obviously try and kill you. Which obviously all the bad ones get out in the game because they're the ones that kill people. Because in the game you try and get killed. So it's really interesting, and I think just walking around the map, you know, you see a lot of the animatronics sitting around. I think it looks really cool. I think this game definitely had a lot of potential, and I think it's a real shame that things went down the way they did. But yeah, I really do think this looked really cool. Like just the imagery of like the animatronics hung by hooks and stuff, like they look awesome. So what's happened to the game now? Well, as I mentioned before, it's down and you can't play it anymore because Scott himself actually came out and told everyone that this game was not meant to be released at all. Basically, in his statement, which you can see here if you want to pause to read it, he basically says, hey guys, this game was not meant to come out yet, and it was meant to be in work for a lot longer. And basically they asked him if the skin was okay. He said yes, and somehow they took that as him saying, yes, release the game, which, like, I have no idea how you could possibly misinterpret that as release the whole game in, like, its beta. But, you know, like, whatever. Sure, do whatever you want, guys. Like, whatever. New video for me, so I'm happy. But yeah, so the game was accidentally released. It was never meant to be released in this state. So obviously, because of that, it was received really poorly. You know, everyone was like, this game sucks. So Scott took it off Roblox, and then the team came out with this statement saying that they're completely starting from scratch all over again, deleting the game and coming out with something new. And if they can't meet Scott's standards, then there's no game coming out. Which sounds unfortunate because obviously the team do seem genuinely passionate, but at the same time, it's like, how do you possibly release the game early? I don't understand how anyone could possibly do that, but you know, I'm not on the team, I couldn't tell you. But I still think it's really interesting to see, you know, the game in its infancy. It's a shame we won't see it again like this, but hopefully it means we'll eventually see the game when it's ready to be seen, and it'll be a really awesome game. So yeah, that was the short-lived life of Five Nights at Freddy's survival game Roblox Dead by Daylight thing. So yeah, I mean, I hope some assets are recycled. Like, I like the Freddy model. The Chica one is really, really ugly. But you know, like, hopefully they don't have to crunch too hard or try too hard. I think Scott's pretty generous like that. You know, he'll give them time to work on it, time to perfect it how they want it. And if they don't, you know, tough luck. Like, it sucks at the end of the day, but yeah. So let me know what your thoughts on this were. Did you guys get to play it? What did you think? Make sure to comment down below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like. If you like Five Nights at Freddy's content, stuff like that, make sure to like and subscribe. I try and post weekly and just cover anything Five Nights at Freddy's, you know, merchandise, games, new leaks, story, theories, anything. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.